Like this.
I'm gonna get my professional now. I was just gonna start
got
overlooping. Yeah, what the fuck going on? I'm gonna cut out what the fuck going on, man.
Who's your favorite sports team?
Like
NBA. We talking
NBA.
Then we can go to NFL.
I'm one of them dudes that go wherever LeBron go.
Oh, you sound like my mom.
Yeah, I go wherever LeBron go, G.
See, I'm a Lakers till LeBron ain't.
Right, definitely.
Hey,
I never thought he'd be a Laker though.
I think he'd go back home.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be his
at
best
least
bet.
to retire.
They'll probably give you the best contract with your son. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of teams is gonna play that game with him. I think Cleveland will play that.
Him, D. Mitch.
Yep.
Oh, Darius Garland.
Yep. But it may be a big cap if Bron show up, so he might have to give away.
Yeah, somebody got to go.
But I'm thinking with the Bronny and LeBron James effect, you can kind of afford to pitch anybody out.
Oh, yeah.
Their problem is going to be...
They're going to sell you tickets.
Oh, yeah, facts. Their problem is going to be when LeBron James decides to leave. I think that a lot of Bronny's weight is going to, go away if he hasn't, put the numbers up.
Right.
But I think right now, it's it's a big influence on what's going on. And I don't think the NBA community is going to care too about, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he can contribute if he hasn't put the numbers up by the time his dad ready to go. So if he does, now it's going to be a good situation because, a lot of people say, well, he just need to be coached a little bit more. I'm like, but you got LeBron James as your coach. We can work with that. You know what I mean? But I do think his game, it'll progress a little bit more with his being by his dad.
What's one of the toughest challenges you face as a barber?
Building trust with the client and maintaining that trust. It's you can lose it so quick. You know what I mean? You can cut someone for 5 to 10 years, and the moment you give them a haircut that isn't worthy, they'll question your abilities. So that's why it's super important to try to stay consistent and always treat every haircut like it's your last. Because you never know when you're slacking, and your client doesn't owe you that to tell you that. They can just walk away from the chair and never return without you knowing why. So sometimes it's good to actually ask customers how you've been doing, things that you can do better, and just trusting the process as far as building that trust with the client.
Right. So then, you've been in this building for 2 years. Obviously, it's been some hardships and some hard times. What did you do to overcome kind of those situations?
I kind of have a method where I use where it's I have a no matter what method, So every challenge that I face, I have to apply no matter what, it has to get done. Because I'm not turning around and I'm not quitting. So the only alternative is to deal with the problem itself. Right. So I like to stand in front of my problems and, evaluate the situation, diagnose my flaws, and then execute. I think that's one of the hardest things for a barber to do is to wake up the next day and try to go harder, So that's some of the challenges you face is things like that.
How would you say things are going for you as far as a barber and being a business owner?
It has its ups and downs, but I really don't see too many downsides with the job because I love everything about barbering, even the toughest parts about it. I look at everything as a challenge, and plus, this is my playground. So it's super hard to challenge me, and I'm feeling like it's time to quit. You know,
So I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, I have a can-do attitude when it comes to this, and that's how I know that I'm built for it, and this is meant for me because everything else in life, I was like, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm cool on it, But I don't have that feeling with barbering. It's what you plan on doing about it, So I like to diagnose my flaws and really take them on head first. And by doing that, you can show other people how it's done. You can eliminate excuses, because they're actually seeing what you're doing and you setting the tone. So if you're not doing something, a lot of people are going to think that's looking up to you. Maybe I don't have to do that either, and that's not the case. I want to show people that, you stand in front of your problems and your troubles, and you face them head on.
Right.
And that's with life in general. It's not even just with barbering, it's just with life. You can't run from everything, and it's a guarantee you're not going to get what you want if you quit.
Right.
You have a good one, man.
So obviously now you may cut your own hair.
Right.
But who was your barber growing up, and who always cut your hair, and did they play like a big impact into like why you chose barbering or what?
Yeah, actually it was Hunt G. A lot of people know him by Hunt G. His name was the actual name is Sean Hunter, and I think he knows this, but I don't think he knows the actual depth of how much I looked up to him, because as a kid I never really seen him like put a bad haircut out there. He was always the guy that everybody wanted to get their haircut by. He was like one of the top barbers in every shop that he would go to, and he gave me actually my first job sweeping hair up in the shop. So there's a lot of rich history behind, why I do what I do and how those guys impacted me. I got a haircut by him, and I told my dad that I want him to be my barber, and my dad told me like we can't afford these type of haircuts anytime you want them, so on and so forth. So that's when I went to his bathroom and started grabbing his clippers out of the damn drawer and start cutting myself.
I gotta make it happen.
Right. And that's when I realized how tough barbering was. Hey. I tried to get myself a fade and gave myself a soup bowl with a pushback hairline. But from where a lot of people will be discouraged, like that's the moment in your life where you put them clippers down and you keep them down, or you take that as a challenge and try to do better the next time. And one of the good things that I had going for myself is that it was the summertime, so I didn't have to go to school like that. So I had about 4 or 5 mess ups before I actually had to go back to school.
Right. So today we got here
AJ Mays.
What do you do?
Cut hair. FadeZone, you know what I'm saying? I do music. You know what I'm saying? I just get this money.
And you?
That the surgeon. Do fades, designs, and fresh lines. Right on time.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just blessing people one cut at a time. You feel me?
Oh, that's a good catch right there. I like that.
All right, so we're gonna start off with Day the surgeon. How has it been working for Flame, and how has he helped you?
It's been a real unique opportunity. He put me in a position to win. A lot of people say they'll do that, and bro really did that, leading by example. You feel me?
Facts, AJ.
Yeah, it's been a good experience all the way around, for real. Nothing too much bad I could say, or nothing bad really I could say at all.
And then, how long have you been cutting?
Since it's 2024 now, it's going on 4 years now. Yeah, okay. I got out of high school. Yeah. You? Yeah, I started cutting in 2018. Really started taking it serious probably about 6 months ago.
Where do you see yourself, and what are your goals and ambitions as far as being a barber?
My goals and ambitions. But barbering took me out the streets. It gave me another alternative. So that was one of my big goals. So I've already accomplished that. In the future, I've got kids, and this is a way for me to provide for them without too much of a stress.
Right.
Also allow me to be active in their lives, and not miss out on all the sports and recitals and concerts, so on and so forth. Yeah. Repeat the question.
Where do you see yourself, and then what goals and ambitions do you have as far as being a barber?
Well, the goals and ambitions I have as being a barber, I ain't never been asked these questions before. So,
first time for everything.
Yeah, it's just
be better than yesterday, or be better than earlier today type shit. But yeah, it just I feel like it's just a stepping stool to where I'm gonna be in the future type shit. So, but
And then working with these guys, how have you seen them grow, and like, how do you see them becoming as far as barbers and as far as men as well?
Well, they they definitely, have all the potential in the world to become successful barbers. They accept the challenge at every turn. They don't duck fades. That's what we call around here. We don't duck fades. And like I said, they accept the challenge, and that's what you need to do as a barber. Is when you run into an obstacle or a challenge, you face with fight or flight, and they stand strong, and they conduct the haircut properly, and they make sure that they're here for tomorrow. A lot of times I tell people just don't quit one more day, and you're gonna see some results. So they thugging it out, man, and I've watched them grow within the past 5-6 months, and I'm proud of them. Yeah, I'm definitely proud of them. My sons. So I know. Right.
I mean, Day Day, if you had any words, I know you said like barbering took you out of the streets, but like if you had any words for somebody that was trying to go this route, what would be some like words of encouragement, or maybe something that you could say to them that would, keep them on the right path?
Don't be a one-trick pony. Quit limiting yourself. I limited myself thinking that because I was good at this is what I was gonna do. There was so much stuff out there for me within the arm's reach. So just don't be scared to try new stuff. Get uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I would say just don't stop. It ain't for the weak though. If you just weak minded and just like it's gonna get too hard, I won't even say attempt because you're gonna waste your time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of time you're gonna waste on it. So if you're gonna do it, just do it. It's gonna be go all the way for it.
What is your favorite cut to do, or your most requested?
Open taper. Open tape. Yeah, why not?
Drop fade. Drop ball fade. Skin tight.
If you could cut a famous person, who would it be and why?
Man, I want whoever's flexing the hardest.
He's an
Whoever just bought the new
right.
Yeah, I'm trying to cut Boosie, man. Like,
Boosie badass.
That's a good one right there. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm looking for $1 million tip, man. I don't think
That's right. Hey, you get $1 million tip,
nobody
boy.
ever did that. That's the realest flex. So even if it ain't me, I want to see one of these barbers get the $1 million tip.
Yeah,
That's
$1 million.
that'd be iconic right there.
You feel me? That's true.
Hey, he ain't cutting no more after. He just
Unplug.
retired that man with a tip.
Pull all the clippers up, man.
You got unplugged all this stuff.
Even if that mule just
Right.
with me now. Yeah. Well, tomorrow, $1 million.
Right. Oh, it's up. It's up.
And I'll start off with you. If owning your own shop is your goal, what would be the name, and where would it be located at?
That's a good question. The name of my shop, goddamn.
No cap. No.
I'm not thinking about that. Like you said, where would it be located though?
Yeah.
It'd probably be located somewhere where it's busy in the city, like Atlanta or something like that.
Somewhere where it's slapping.
Yeah, it's slapping, but you gotta give me a second on the name, dog.
All right, we'll come back to you.
All right. The Reset. That's the name of my barbershop.
Okay.
And it'd be located in Xenia because there's not a lot of there's no heat out there. And you got Wilberforce, Central State.
You looking for the smoke?
I'm looking.
You looking for that smoke? Yeah.
I'm really trying to. I'm trying to think. Think in work smart, not hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd be it.
Definitely.
Yeah, the name of it will be SHIICMON. Shit, come on. Those cats.
He
Shit,
said,
come on.
"Shit, come on, we here."
These are barbers at FadeZone, ladies and gentlemen.
He said, "Bro, can you get me in?"
Shake 'em on.
Hey.
Yeah, I like that.
How important is customer service, and then making sure your customer is satisfied but also happy with his cut at the end of the day?
I feel like they're almost hand in hand. Obviously, the cut needs to be, they need to leave feeling good about the cut. But you can lose a customer just because, even if you do got the fire cut, because the environment was uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So, or they didn't feel the vibe, or you just didn't talk to them. So filling out the customer in the consultation with their hair is also the learning your customer, I feel like. So they're equal.
Definitely.
Yeah, just make sure the customer is be satisfied and happy, because you can't make everybody happy. That's one thing I have learned working here at barbershop. But if he make sure he's satisfied, and if he ain't satisfied, just do whatever you can to make sure he or she is willing to come back, come see you again.
And then as far as like progressing and then making yourself like a better barber, a better person, what could you say that like you would want to do better that you're not doing right now, if there's anything?
Waking up and saving money. Two top things. Once I start getting the money thing is gonna come, you feel me? But once I start getting my time, that's the only thing I'm missing for real, is just my time. Being late and being early on shit and certain stuff like that. Like, once I get my time management, I think that's when God started to give me stuff to do. Okay, now he ready for this. If he would have gave me
So
something,
you
I
been
probably
doing this,
been,
now
yeah,
I
I
need
probably
this.
But that's one great thing about FadeZone is that we don't run from our problems. I challenge everybody to face your flaws and change them. So that's one thing that we do here at FadeZone, is that we try to correct anything that we feel that's hindering us from leveling up.
What about you? Is there anything, if so, that you could work on at being better, or that you need to focus on more?
I thought you were talking about it. It's your turn. Not forgetting where I came from. I think that helps ground you, and it scares you to go back. So you do everything in your power to stay consistent. So one thing that I like to do is try to stay consistent. Whatever I'm doing today, I would love to do better tomorrow.
Right.
That, and probably trying to stay grounded as a student. It's like, in a place like this, a lot of people look up to you. They're looking for the inspiration. They look for the motivation. And sometimes you can't forget that you're still looking for the same things,
Right. You're still
So,
learning yourself.
yeah, so I got to always remember to stay a student to the game. And it's gotten me this far. So I feel like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Just kind of piggybacking off what he said, staying young and fresh in the game. You know what I mean? You can achieve that next level up and forget there's more level up. You know what I mean? And be so caught up in that you like chest out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just staying young.
Feeling it a little
Yeah,
bit.
get comfy. Yeah.
So just staying young and fresh in the game. And then something I'd like to do better is more content. And we've done a couple outreaches with the community.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'd like to engage the community a little more, because I'm not from here, but I'm asking y'all to spend money with me.
Right. So how that work? Yeah,
I just need that door to be open a little more.
That was a good answer.
And then I'll ask you this: growing from just like you being in here by yourself, and then that one chair, now you got 2 chairs, then you get to 4.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to just see that growth and then see that development that you're doing it, that you're progressing through?
Yeah, I mean, it's absolute bliss, man. I mean, I wake up every day and I still don't get used to it, but I had to find a way to have fun in here by myself, and I knew that if I can conduct a certain type of policy, be professional, and enjoy the process, then all the other things would eventually show up, and when they did show up, it was like a relief of, now take them, do the right thing, and stay consistent at it, and it'll even get better. It'll even grow harder, But I think that I had to have fun in here by myself before that happened,
And then I'll ask y'all this: how does it feel like to know that like somebody gave you a shot and somebody like basically bet on you. You came in and now you're doing your job. How does it feel to like kind of get the benefits now?
How does it feel to get the benefits?
Like I guess like how does it feel to like, you know, like being here every day, like knowing that you got somewhere to go, you know, kind of set.
You feel good, bet on me again.
I do it every time. Shoot, I do it every time.
You, bro?
No, it feels good, man. My situation is a little different than others. I just come from a different situation where I really didn't have nothing, and bruh, doing that, it gives me hope, but it also makes me want to pay it forward. I feel like how could you not do that for anybody else? Because he didn't owe me nothing, and he hadn't heard from me for a couple of years, but he knew my situation and instantly offered me something without nothing, a chance to make money without having to have money, and that's different. So he inspires me to be a little bit more different and to look to do that with somebody. So I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. It's beautiful right now. I'm loving it.
DoorDash, I just stopped by the shop in the middle of an order. I had the food in my backseat. I got it.
Said I got the back, bro. Let me in.
No, let me ask you this. What happened to the DoorDash?
Oh, he ate that shit. I know he did.
Said it started off with DoorDash and a hope, man.
Yeah. And I promised him too. I said, "You're not gonna be door dashing for a long time, bro. All this stuff gonna change."
So I'll ask everybody this, and then whoever wants to answer first. Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years? And then how do you hopefully your business will grow by then? Like, what are you wanting out of business in the next 2 to 5 years?
Ultimately, I'm trying to have it to where, you know, I didn't come from wealth, so I want wealth to come from me, you know, and that's normally what feeds my meter. Not having stuff growing up it's like a constant hunger. I don't know how to get tired with this job, you know. So I just feel like all I have to do is just keep doing what I've been doing, and I'll get everything that I want. And normally, you know, really what I want is, like I said, I started this business just trying to do something for myself, but I'm addicted to actually helping people provide now. So, and I get a certain reward from it that you actually really can't even pay for. So, you know, I'll just stay grounded, you know, stay humbled, and you know, stay prayed up.
Yeah, like you saying, I'm trying to be big dog. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
not in my family, but for my family. You feel me? Like you said, I ain't come from nothing. Ain't nobody really like did no moves like this. This is the first time I ever set out to do something and did it.
right.
So like I just want to be able to take care of like it's something financially that goes on. I can take care of it. It's something that requires my time. I can take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just want to be able to do that for my family. I know everything else will come. You know what I mean?
And that's one of the reasons why a lot of barbers get into this game. Sorry about that, brother. I know I just stepped on the J. But that's the reason why a lot of barbers get into this game, because once you figure it out, you get your time and your money back, you know? And that helps fuel people when they don't have nothing, when they're just now starting off. You got people like me, I can guarantee you that it won't be the same, you know? So that's a real good question.
Yeah, in the next couple of years, to be honest, I don't really know where, because the way stuff be going, ain't no telling. Things can change, things change, and how people die and everything like that is. So I ain't no really telling what's gonna happen. But what I plan on is happening, like, you feel me, have my own spot somewhere and really like just expanding way bigger than what I am now, and just taking off with this music thing for real.
So what's everybody's plans for the summer, man? I plan on going to Detroit, take a vacation, got a couple of weddings to go to. Okay.
Shopping it up.
I'm trying to make as much money as I can.
Sometimes it's shopping, pushing.
How long you there?
Only a couple months, actually, about 2.5 now.
How long you been at your license?
I thought that equals. I got it. And came
Said
in.
I got it and got in.
I did. The day I got it, I came in.
How long you been paying?
Professionally, probably about 3 years. I think I was like 12 years old.
What made you want to run the shop?
Well, initially I wanted to do something for myself. But when I got into the shop, that's when I seen the opportunity to grant, others the opportunity to provide for themselves, and it became way bigger than me. So that's really how it happened, man. I was trying to do something for myself, and it ended up being bigger than me.
Born and raised in Middletown?
Born and raised in Middletown. Haircut has been in my family probably for about 50 years. My Uncle Red, he had a barber shop over on 8th.
Yeah.
Just recently passed away, so I'm trying to figure a way how we're gonna keep that barber shop going.
What about you, bro? How long you been cutting?
Since I was about like 15. I went to a different high school, so I graduated from 2 high schools. I went to one to be a cosmetologist, so that's where I got my license.
I'll start off with you, though. How has it been working for Flame, and how has it helped you and made you progress?
Man, it's been fun being in the shop with Flame. I mean, it's been phenomenal too. The amount he's been able to teach me in a little bit of time. The amount that my cutting has elevated in like a month and a half and 2 is unbelievable. And on top of that, me coming into the shop, being young, 20, being kind of dumb with money, Flame's been able to kind of put that on me too. Like, hey, teach me how to put money away, teaching me how to actually live life like a man in a way too.
Right.
I appreciate that. I ain't know. I like that. I like that. No gun to his head either. He did
that all on his own. What about you, bro? How's it been working for Flame, and like how has he helped you, made you progress?
It's been all right. Nah, it's been good, man. I mean, the last shop owner I worked with, he told me that I should quit barbering, and I suck at cutting hair, and I suck at talking to people. And so within 2 days, I started working here right after I left there, and he just gave me a whole bunch of opportunities to really take it to the next level with this barbering thing, man. Like within a year, I'm in my first fade battle. You know, now I'm having a kid. Like, I actually got something to take care of my kid now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
how has the progress that you've seen from these two, and then like how has it been since they've been on board?
We first started, I wanted to know what type of barber we were going to be. If you can figure out what type of barber you want to be, then I think that's when it gives you a better opportunity to try to coach and teach people exactly what they need to do exactly to be successful in this industry. And when we first started, there was more of me just figuring them out, giving them advice, letting them do their own thing. Because I knew in barbering, you can't run from a challenge. You know, the opportunity is going to present itself, and like me, I had to do trial and error. You know, there were certain things I just didn't believe were going to happen in barbering until I actually ran into it, and I would be like, oh man, like, the dude was right. I should have been doing this. You know. So a lot of it is trial and error, letting them get comfortable, figuring out what type of barber they want to be, and then just figure out the potential level that they have. And through time, man, it just works out really well. These guys are very hard workers. They focus on haircuts when it comes to the quality. They're very patient, and they have a lot of like attributes and skills that they can still progress with. So there's always room to grow with them. And not to mention, you know, we have a real great time in the shop. I try not to make a real stressful environment for them, you know.
Make it not feel like work.
Exactly. And plus, with me beginning around the same time that they began, as far as professionally, I have a lot of patience, you know, that, you know, a tenured barber might not have, you know. So a lot of things that, you know, senior barbers might not put up with, or they might not, you know, have a lot of patience for, I have patience for that, you know, and I think that works really well. And it's just all around, they're willing to work, they want to be here, you know, so it's easier to guide people, and not only that though, but learn from them as well, you know. So it's been great.
So I'll start it off with you this time.
sorry, they over there laughing. You got me. My bad.
There was a lady over there doing Where do you see yourself, and what are your goals and ambitions as far as being a barber?
I've always had this big goal of being at least a top 3 barber in Ohio. I know I do plan on venturing out to North Carolina and owning a shop over there. And, like I said, just having this kid, I really want to be able to build a business and build my own brand and be able to give that to him, you know what I mean, as he gets older. And, hopefully he can keep running that, you know what I mean, if that's what he wants to do. So,
Where do you see yourself? You're building, growing, whether it's branching out. Like, what do you see yourself doing as far as growing and more that you can do?
Probably just trying to make this place a little bit more efficient, productive. Still a lot of room to grow here at FadeZone. But I want to make sure that all these barbers are getting to a point where the numbers grow, they don't decrease. I want a situation where everybody in here knows the value of FadeZone, what we bring to the table, and make it to where it's like a lifestyle in here. And then that's when I'll probably press on and probably either get another shop or probably start a school. That's really what my passion is just keep getting shops and making sure this one is running well. And I see a lot of people, they want to learn how to be a barber and stuff, so I figure that I'll probably try to open up a school here soon.
I mean, I love cutting. I definitely love each little thing about it. I mean, with me, I love to eventually open my shop. It's kind of my goal plan now to look to open my own shop and to look to teach cutting in a type of way to people. I had a tough time in college with getting help with teaching. I feel like having that one-on-one teaching, being able to do that, I love to
It's
do
important.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I'll start off with you. What made you want to become a barber? Like, what made you want to do this?
There's a lot of things that made me want to become a barber. A lot of it was the lifestyle that a lot of barbers carried in the neighborhood that I seen. They always had smiles on their faces. That was like one of the main things. They used to have their time. So what I mean by that is that I guess they probably hustle so hard to where they get their time back and they can just take off when they want to.
They wouldn't do it, no
Go on
OT or
trips when they
nothing.
want to. Yeah, it was crazy. So it's like I fell in love with the lifestyle of it as far as the rewards. Because, I think when you're a kid, you see nothing but the glitz and glamour of what people do. But all, like, in reality, like when I grew up, I started realizing that you can change someone's life just by a haircut, by the advice you give them during the haircut, and not only that though, but sometimes a client can change your life, So I kind of like fell in love with the conversations that I would have. I fell in love with people telling me that they never had a haircut like this before, and I felt like I could be utilized. And it was basically just rewarding me in that aspect. This type of profession where I was doing this stuff for free, so I knew that if I could find a way to get paid at doing it, then I could probably figure life out after that, So I kind of fell in love with the lifestyle of barbering.
I mean, with me, it's kind of like imagine getting told, hey, you can get paid off a thing you love doing that you give away without getting paid. I mean, being told that, like, yeah, no doubt I'm going to give all that I have to this field, no doubt. That's kind of what got me into this, loving it and finding out, yeah, I could get paid and not having anyone tell me what to do, what time to come in at, too, being able to make that time.
Yeah.
I was tired of getting fucked up at great clips. So I found my listen, so I got my first barber when I moved over here, and I seen the type of money he was making, and I always knew I wasn't going to college. Like, I mean, academics was just not my thing. So yeah, so finding the opportunity to be able to cut hair and actually talk to all different kinds of people and really connect with, like I said, just different types of people. It's just something I really enjoy doing, and like you said, just something I'm passionate and I love. You know what I mean? So
we'll start it off with you on the end this time. If you have any words for someone that's trying to be like a barber, or like somebody that's trying to be in this field, what would some of the words be? Like, what could you say to them?
I think, like, the main and only thing to it's a time game. Anything, it's a longevity time game. What you put into it, you will get back.
Right.
You might not be able to get it all back quick, but I mean, don't give up. Keep up with it. Keep putting that time in, and eventually it will pay off.
Probably like two things. Maybe if you're not willing to be broke for a while, you know, it's very hard to be broke and still trust the process, you know, and you can give it a few months, and that's when the majority really gives up. You know? So make sure that you're all in. And another part of being all in is just, you know, making sure that you actually want to do the job. You know, you have to want to be here. Going through your phases, just allow yourself to go through the phases. And just never give up because, you know, it's a guarantee that you're not going to get what you want when you give up.
What was the question?
If you had any words for someone trying to become a barber, what would they be?
You gotta be willing to change. You know, it's barbering ain't built for everyone, and that's just. I mean, that's that. You're gonna mess up. You know, you got to be able to learn from your mistakes, and you know, really just try to shift how you view everything too. You know, like it's there's a whole lot that comes with this, man. It's not just cutting hair. It's a lot of mental with it. You know, and you know, you just got to be able to take that on, and you know, you got to actually have passion and love for this. So.
So I'll start it off with you this time. What is your favorite cut to do or request it?
I feel like I do blowout tapers every day. Like that's all I do.
Call it the Carson.
I'm the taper king, man. I'm the taper king. But yeah, I do tapers all the time, man. That's my thing.
Probably a mid ball fade. Yeah, that's probably my favorite because I can like watch my work just progress in the stretching at the end of the day, and it's like therapeutic for me. Just to watch our haircut come together.
Say it to my mind that
yeah.
I love doing a clean high tape as a clean mid fade, no doubt. Knocking it all down.
All right, we'll start it off with you. If you could cut a famous person, who would it be and why?
I would probably cut. Well, he's probably not famous to y'all if you don't know him, but he's a famous barber. Named Basio. And ain't nothing like a barber flex when you cut another barber. That's like the biggest barber flex. It's cutting the people's barbers. Probably Basio.
Cole.
J. Cole?
Gotta cut J. Cole. Gotta cut him.
I don't know. I want to cut a comedian, one like Cat Willie, like any comedian, just have a funny convo with them, laughing the whole time. Yeah, nothing could be
I'll save this question for you, but if owning your own shop is your goal, what would be the name and where would it be located?
See, I don't know about the name yet because I feel like, you know, I do want to make a brand for myself, you know, have my own, you know, products and everything. So, like, I feel like there's going to be a lot that goes into that. But I know I want a location here in Ohio first. And then, you know, like I said, venture out to North Carolina.
Yeah.
Name, I don't know about the name. You know, that'll come with time. Couldn't pick a name now, but I'd love to have a shop on the beach. Even like along the walk on the beach. People walk
a little
out
2-minute walk or something.
Easy promo. I like looking at the promo.
That's my goal. Even like I wait till I'm 50 to open that shop.
All right, so you have your shop now, but your second shop, if you can, and that does happen, what would the name be and location wise? What would you be thinking?
I would probably make it another FadeZone. Just because if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
I'll probably keep the FadeZone name, and I would probably make it to where I'm not competing with myself. So I'll probably want to be about, you know, like 45 minutes away from this location.
I'll start it off with you. How important is customer service and making sure your customer is satisfied?
To me, individually, it might not be with a lot of people with cutting, but me individually, that's my top thing with cutting. At the end of the day, I got into it because I love having that one-on-one talking with the client. So I go above and beyond to check that I give them what they want, make them feel comfy, happy, and even calm while cutting them. But I go above and beyond on that half, yeah.
Well, like customer service, I think it means everything. A lot of barbers, they try to just rush haircuts and stuff, but if you can't take care of somebody that's in your chair right now, the customer after them is actually experiencing your interaction with them. So you're teaching them how you're going to treat them as well. And there's no sense of trying to get someone else in. Like I said, if you haven't finished properly with the haircut, so I think that you should probably focus all your time on making sure that the haircut is right, making sure that the quality is there, and making sure that the customer gets exactly what they want. And I think that that's a good key point when it comes to taking care of a client. And, just making sure that you're all around professional. I try to cut hair like someone has a family member that's a barber. So they automatically know what I'm supposed to be doing. I to cut hair like I'm being recorded so you can get the best version of myself at all times.
I just like to treat people's cuts as if it were my own. Like, I try to be a little pretty boy, so I'm very particular about my hair. So, but I feel like haircuts are, personalized for each individual. And, there's some clients that are super picky. There are clients that are, just kind of more laid back, give you the, space to do your own thing. And, but whatever the client wants, I mean, that's definitely top priority. I ask them how you want your lineup, how you want your fade, whatever, like to the T, whatever they want. I got to make sure I got to do it.
And then, for you, being from Middletown, how special was it or important was it for you to establish your business here and be successful?
Oh, it's very important. I think a lot of people in the town, they think they have to actually move away to make a way. And I like to think that I'm a pure example of success is literally right around the corner. Um, and at the end of the day, it's kind of like everybody has a story in Middletown. And I love Middletown. That's my story. And it may not give you what it gave me, but I took the opportunity of my reputation in Middletown, and I really try to take it to another level. I used to rap, so I kind of like converted all my clientele to get a haircut.
Now you're about to get cut.
Right. So I think it was very important to actually show people growing up here that greatness can come from this city. So that was a great question as well.
And then you not being from here, how was it like? I mean, obviously you got introduced to Flame, but how was it when you came down here and like growing your your client base? Like, how was it for you as far as growing down here?
It was definitely, very difficult. I came here, Flame probably had the shop for about a year. I mean, it was definitely very difficult. I came from Great Clips, came from a different shop, and I wasn't my cuts weren't that quality yet. So, I definitely had to focus on the quality. And once I started doing that, that's when I started seeing the clients come back. Because I'm very particular about my haircuts. I got to make sure the client gets exactly what they want, and my clients know that. They know that when they come here, they're going to get to the T what they want. So once I started doing that, that's how my clientele started growing a lot.
Me coming in only a couple months ago, they've had good flow coming in, so I haven't had too bad of a time building up my clientele. And I've gone out on my own, taking advantage of content and whatnot. So I haven't had too difficult of a time building up clientele at all. It's all good. Clientele's been pretty cool on my end.
Yeah, that sounds like music to my ears.